So we are all here by some good karma. We are all joined together by some good karma. We are joined together by some good affinity. Good affinity means we have all done something good in our previous lives, something similar, and something good to be back together to do it again. Some of you may have done it with another religious institution, but it's the same thing and you're back. Some of you did it with me, but we're back. And we're here to do something good. So my message to you is, please, my appeal, my message, and my very strong fear tells you, my fear for you, my fear for me, my fear for our death, my fear for our future. My fear, my real fear, it's real fear, tells you to please join me and do Dharma work. All the way. Join me to practice the Dharma. Join me, and when you join me, you will become a blessed person, a real Dharma person, and you will bring these blessings to other people, and other people will join you to join me, and then more people will join them, and then they will join them, and then they will join them, and that will have meaning. We know people who are super wealthy. Sorry, Michael Jackson, but they're not happy. We know people who are super poor. I know people, KSK rounds, when they're living on the streets. They're also not happy. So what's happiness? We are very lucky. Also, parayos. Parayos means we're not there, we're not down there. We're not up here, we're not down here. We're in between. And that is the best place to practice Dharma. To be born in the realm of the gods is very, very dangerous, because we stay in parties and fun and beauty and music all the time. What we experience here, we experience this non-stop 24 hours for thousands of years as God. So you're not going to want to leave the party. You see, because it's glittery, it's fun, everybody's beautiful, everybody's perfect, everybody's young. So when you go outside of this room to go to the toilet, I mean, that side of the restaurant's kind of tired today. It's a little hotter. The people are not dressed up. They kind of look like me. They look like me except they're busboys. You know, it looks different. So going down there is like going back to planet Earth or going back to the human realm. Coming past this wall here, this glittering thing, is like taking rebirth into the God realm. So when you take rebirth into God realm, really, that's what Buddha says. Everything is beautiful. Everybody's perfect. Every single day, Susan is wearing her wig and dress. That's what a God realm is. Every day, she looks female. Every day, Wang has nice hair. Every single day, Yeti looks like a woman, not a garbage collector. Every single day, we are clean, good food, party, fun, and we enjoy it. Just like this, you know this? But expanded and multiplied by hundreds of times, because they're really beautiful there. Really beautiful. Oh, everybody is beautiful. Everybody's enjoying. Everybody's clean. Everybody's got nice teeth. Everyone. No one isn't perfect. But they don't look like Barbie dolls like each other. They look different, but they're beautiful. And they eat the best foods. They drink the best drinks. Everything grows naturally. Everything comes spontaneously. Everything is easy. They don't even break a sweat during their whole life until they're dying. So once they're in this kind of environment, they never want to go anywhere else. They don't even want to learn Dharma because they think, I'm not suffering. I'm not suffering, although they are. And then the extreme is the lower realms, like the hells, the animals. Animals, we don't need to talk. We don't need to talk, we know. So therefore, the animals and the spirit realms and the hell realms are the total opposite, where we have that replica in this world, where people just suffer non-stop, unending. Tortured, beaten, shot, killed, raped, robbed, cheated, non-stop. And some people go through that cycle year after year in some countries. I've seen it. And so there's no way they can practice, because there's not even a chance where they can get a minute relief of their suffering for them to even speak about the Dharma and why they're in that position. Why they have that suffering, you don't even have a chance to speak about it, because their suffering is so intense. How to teach a horse Dharma? how to teach a spirit how to practice bodhicitta, when the reason he became a spirit is because he was miserly and he was stingy with money. He was stingy, he took rebirth as a spirit. How do you talk to him about generosity when he's in a state of his resultant karma? How? So therefore, in the God realms, you can't do anything. You're just enjoying yourself too much. And in the lower realms, you are just suffering non-stop. It's a permanent, fixed nature of your existence. So you don't even have a chance to listen to the Dharma. According to our Lord Buddha, the great Tathagata, he said the best realm to be is in the human realm, because the human realm is free of the two extremes for most denizens, most people, most beings. Because it's not too much suffering like the lower realms, it's not too much pleasure like the higher realms. So therefore the human realm is the best realm to practice. And then Lord Tsongkhapa says that to get a perfect human body with the five senses intact, with health, with a Buddha who have taught or the teachings are remaining, and the lineage is alive. And on top of that, to have the intelligence to know, to learn, to listen, to find the Dharma, and to even have the merits to listen and find the time to listen is so rare that that type of human body is the same as if you have a vast ocean and there's a blind turtle, and that turtle comes up 100 years once for some air. And when that turtle comes up, there's a yoke. And the yoke is spinning all over the ocean, not staying still. The chances of this turtle coming up and his neck going through the yoke, the hole in the yoke, the chances of that is the same as us achieving the perfect human body with everything intact to practice Dharma. That's what Lord Tsongkhapa said. That's how rare your body is. That's how rare your opportunity is. Lama Tsongkhapa does not lie. Buddha Shakyamuni does not lie. Buddha Shakyamuni and Lama Tsongkhapa are one in nature. They're enlightened beings. They do not lie. So for us to come out from the ocean, a blind turtle, not even a seeing turtle, and come up to the top and our head goes to the yoke. A yoke looks like a donut. It goes to the yoke. For that to happen. And then you have a chance once every 100 years, by the way, and the yoke doesn't stay still. It's moving all over the ocean. Is how rare it is for us to get a body that's healthy, fit, five senses intact, to be born in a family that you can practice, to be in an area you can practice, that the lineage is alive, the Buddha has taught, the Buddha has not passed, it's not a dark age, you're not born in a barbaric area, is the rarity of a human body who can practice the Dharma. So if we think about that every single day for a few minutes, you will see a natural disgust for anything that has no meaning. It will arise in your mind. Why will it arise in your mind? Anything you're good at comes from familiarity. Anything you're bad at comes from a lack of familiarity. So the secret behind being good or not good, practicing or not practicing, changing your mind, not changing your habit and not changing your habit, arises from familiarity. And that familiarity must have a source. An example, you shasa, meaning a place to place your mind. And it's that meditation that I just taught you in the Lamrim. So hence, if our perfect human body is that rare, myself, because I heard this from Kajaswaramji, in my teenage years, I remember sitting in the audience in Kajaswaramji speaking about this. And it hit me very deep. And you know what I said? I said to myself, I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing Dharma. Each one of you individually, on your own, you couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. So don't fool yourself that you have time to play with. You don't have time. You're wasting time. So all of you should join me. And together, Chinese have a saying, a bunch of chopsticks is stronger than one. So one chopstick go do business, one chopstick go have baby, one chopstick go have a child, one chopstick go and buy a new car, one chopstick wants to go have fun, one chopstick become a prostitute, not Susan, one chopstick goes to become a drag queen and find themselves, one chopstick goes to go to a club, then only one big chopstick left, me. Out. So if we work together, we'll be very strong. Do you know why we'll be very strong? Do you know why? Because we are good people. We are sincere. We are not fake. We're confident. So therefore, let's make HR House go global. Let's build TKL. Let's make the 12 departments grow. Let's make our orientation grow. And I need you. I can't do this for myself. I want to do it. I need you. And if you don't join me, I'm going to have to find someone else, but you lose. I don't want you to lose. Why don't I want you to lose? We're friends now. We have a relationship. I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility for all of you. That is spiritual care. So therefore, I'm going to keep talking the way I'm talking, and I'm going to find different methods till you fully join, till you fully come aboard. Because why? I can never give up on you. I can never give up on you or anyone. So therefore, come do Dharma work. Don't make excuses. Come join and do something very meaningful. Because anyone intelligent will know that Dharma work is meaningful. And I think everybody here is intelligent or you wouldn't be here. And we may be a small group, but you know what? One diamond is better than 20 zirconium stones. So it's all right. I'd rather have one solid, real diamond, flawless, than 20 zirconium stones. So therefore, we may be few, but we are powerful. Join me. I won't lead you wrong, and I won't lead you astray. And I won't take you to Guyana and make you take acid. I won't lead you to some deserted island and we all sit there eat bananas, and when they come and get us, we hang ourselves with the banana tree rope we made. I won't lead you astray. I'm going to keep you right here in KL. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have our good family. We're going to have fun. And we're going to make a career of what we're doing. We're going to make a career. And we're going to grow and get globalized. So please stay home and stay here. Do your commitments, do your practice, and do what you promised me. Please, what you have promised me, hold sacred, because I believe you. And a lot of people lied to me when I was a child. So it's very painful when people break their commitments, because it's very painful to be lied to. Keep your commitments. Do our work well. Love each other. Fight with each other. And forgive each other quickly. Don't hold on to anger. You know why you shouldn't hold on to anger? When are we going to die? It's not worth it anymore. And today's dinner was all in dedication to our virtuous lady, a lady who reincarnated back to help make the Dharma grow. And the rest of you are equally very helpful, and I'm indebted to all of you. And you are indebted to me. So let's work together to pay off our debts by bringing Dharma to others.